quick 240 update. Finally picked up the motor last week with the holiday break and everything. Was able to tag up with my buddy Chris that's been holding the engine for me and pick her up. Came with the engine, transmission, ISR short shifter, and wiring harness, a couple other things, as well as I did pick up a OEM Nissan Type X front bumper. So obviously no surprise here, KA24DET. It's one of these things. This car was KA, KAT, SR20, and then obviously I pulled the engine out, pulled everything, reshelled it when the car got hit, and then of course sold the shell. 8 years later, finding the vehicle, well, I felt it was kind of appropriate to go back and retry the KA motor again. The NA motor I had before was great, but it was like 250,000 miles, and honestly, I pulled it out, resealed the oil pan, did really nothing to it, threw on a T25, T28 hybrid, set it to like 18 pounds of boost, and smoked a ringland after, honestly, one drift event, maybe 300 miles. So I think there was some negligence and inexperience there that kind of led to this. The motor ended up, not in a sense blowing up, but losing compression. I did eventually sell that motor to my brother. He did that, took that motor, rebuilt it, did a forged bottom end, a KT in his S14 years ago, but he had an issue where he lifted the head and ultimately went back to SR20. So, but picked this motor up off my friend Chris. It's an S14 KA. It's, I think, about 150,000 miles. It came from a car in Colorado, and he's been holding on to it. When he heard that I got my car back, he's like, man, I really don't need this, and I know to help you. So the plan for this is to keep it stock bottom end, pull the head, put a new OEM head gasket, ARP head studs, just kind of clean the motor up, do some beautification to things. We'll paint the valve cover, things like that. I do have a turbo that I bought, and I will tell you guys, picked up a, I guess you say like an eBay 2871R, but I bought it from FR Sport on a Black Friday end of the year sale. Paid 144 bucks for it. And I'll drop the link in the description below because they do have a few left. And anyone who's looking for a budget KA or SR bottom mount turbo setup, I mean, for 140 bucks, you kind of can't go wrong. So I'll drop that below, but I'm just going to do an ISR manifold, 2871. Things like E-fan. There's a little bit of a write-up on the internet of like using a Hyundai Elantra electronic fan on a aluminum radiator. So I think I'll do that. Just kind of keep it plain and simple. Obviously no AC, things like that, but clean the motor up, paint it, everything, and drop it in the car. It is going to be stock K transmission for a little while. Honestly, power goals, 280 horsepower, 300 torque from 93. We'll see how it goes and kind of what ECU options and avenues that I go with. With picking up the motor, kindly threw in a Z32 MAF. Not sure if I'll use that because I'm thinking of potentially going with the Haltech Elite 1500 ECU. I don't want to do this build again with the ROM tune and kind of some of the older technology and have any issues, or just kind of old technology issues. Sometimes the stuff can just have drivability issues, idling stuff that just isn't the cleanest. I do want to put some time and effort into this, just for the simple fact that I don't really want to blow the motor up. I want to enjoy stock bottom KAT. I've heard a lot of people have, with the right tuning and supporting mods, have had some good luck. I think power goal wise, it'll work out pretty well. So, but he did throw in that if I, in case, decide to go with it. Alternator I can use as a core, OEM S14 ECU, and of course the OEM harness. My car now has a SR20 like wiring specialties lower that I can definitely do some repinning and utilize. I think it's still in good condition. Of course, I might, if it works out, deconstruct this harness, fully rewrap it with just some newer loom and wiring, electrical tape, things like that. New wiring loom and just some heat protected stuff just to keep it from having any issues down the road, being that this stuff is, 30 plus years old at this point. This is a turbo, like I mentioned, 2871R, journal bearing, 64 AR housing, not your simple standard SR20K T-bottom mount stuff, but I mean, 140 bucks. Typically, I think it was like $300 turbo new, and they had an end of the year sale. So if there's any left, check out the link and pick you up one. I mean, I think it's a decent budget option. Journal bearings, you just gotta worry about like a 1.5 mil restrictor pill for the turbo oil feed. Pretty much, I mean, simple. I think it's gonna be a pretty decent start to the motor. If this bottom end and this engine lives after a year or so, I will probably upgrade this to something ball bearing. My brother actually just picked up a Pulsar 2871 size turbo that is double ball bearing and everything, billet wheel, that he's going to put on his S15 Spec S. So if he has good some good reviews and on that turbo and good experience with it, then I will probably in the future upgrade to it. Last thing that's recently been done, I actually picked this downpipe up off an old friend that his mom listed them on Facebook Marketplace. It was this one and another downpipe ISR with a turbo elbow, which now I kind of regret selling because I could have used the elbow, but paid 80 bucks for 2 downpipes and an elbow. Sold the other stuff on eBay, so I've got this downpipe for free. I don't have any money in it, but had my brother-in-law weld up the wideband oxygen sensor bung. My brother did the work on prepping the downpipe for it, but brother-in-law is a pretty good TIG welder, so he went ahead and welded it up for me, as well as the one for my brother's car too. But otherwise, that's going to be it for the quick update. Figured you guys would be interested to know kind of picking up the engine, some of the power adder options, kind of the direction that I'm going with this. Continue to stay tuned. I think over the next few weeks, I'm going to start knocking out some more things on the car. Suspension, rear subframe, things like that will be down, kind of cleaned up in the next few videos.